Okay, stop me if you've heard this one before. A so-called groundbreaking AI tool launches, promises you the moon, but oh, surprise, surprise, all the good stuff is hidden behind a $20 a month paywall. And before you can even get there, you've got to slog through this grueling 3-page onboarding process just to make one kind of pixelated picture of a cat. Sound familiar? Yeah, it's a super frustrating story in the world of AI right now.
But what if there was another way? What if a tool existed that was the complete, total opposite of that corporate model? Well, today we're diving into a really fascinating corner of the internet that offers just that. We're talking about the Perchance AI Generator. So let's just lay it all out there. What is the big problem? Why do so many of these creative AI tools, which are supposed to be about, unleashing our imagination, feel so complicated? It really seems like the whole industry is just addicted to friction. Let's call it the friction funnel. Right off the bat, you get hit with a pricey subscription. Then you're shoved through this awful onboarding process, complete with the classic, please verify your email gatekeeping just to get in the door. And once you're finally inside, you have to figure out these confusing credit and token systems, constantly worried you're about to run out. It feels less like a creative playground and more like something designed in a boardroom by lawyers. And this, my friends, is where our subject for today just storms onto the scene. The source material puts it absolutely perfectly. The official Perchance AI Character Generator is the middle finger to that entire corporate model. I mean, it's a tool that's literally built on this foundation of rebellion against the way things are. So, with that, let's meet this gloriously ugly solution. This is Perchance, a tool that puts function way, way over form in the most brilliant way you can imagine. And yup, you heard me right. It's ugly. It's cluttered. It is absolutely not going to win any design awards, not by a long shot. But that's the whole point. It feels like it was built by a bored engineer back in 2004 who just accidentally stumbled upon the future. Its power isn't in some sleek, polished interface. It's in its raw, unfiltered usefulness.
And the philosophy here, this is what's so important. Forget signups. You get genuinely unlimited generations, and it is 100% free. You will never ever see a pop-up begging you to buy more credits. I mean, in a time where free usually just means they're selling your data, this is such a breath of fresh air.
Now you're probably wondering, okay, how can a free, kinda chaotic-looking tool actually hold its own? Well, let's pop the hood and see how this creative engine really works. See, Perchance isn't built on some cheap knockoff model. Nope, it's powered by customized versions of Stable Diffusion. We're talking the same powerful tech that's behind a lot of premium services, and that lets its quality punch way, way above its freeway class. The process is actually pretty smart. It's more than just typing in a sentence. It all starts with a seed number, which is super important because it lets you remake the exact same character later on. Then, the generator's logic kicks in, and it starts pulling from these huge lists of traits and details. And finally, the diffusion model takes all of that text and maps it into that final coherent image. It's a really structured and intelligent process. Now, if you want to get the most out of it, you got to speak its language. So forget vague words like beautiful. Instead, get specific. Use lighting cues like cinematic rim lighting or camera specs like shot on 35mm. But okay, here's the real secret weapon, the negative prompt. That little anti-description box is your best friend. By throwing in words like deformed, blurry, low res, you're telling the AI exactly what to avoid, and that can instantly boost the quality of your image. But here's the thing, if you're only using Perchance to make cool-looking pictures, you're honestly missing half the story. The real magic is in its ability to build characters that have genuine narrative depth. First off, the visual versatility is just incredible. On one hand, you've got the anime model, which is trained on those modern, high-budget studio styles for clean, dynamic looks. But then you have the realistic model, which leans into this gritty, photographic vibe that cleverly dodges that creepy, plastic, uncanny valley look you see from so many other AIs. And as you can see, the visual appearance is just one slice of the pie. Perchance treats a character like a complete toolkit, right? It generates personality traits, backstory, motivations, even an entire family background to go along with that image. This is where it gets really smart. It's clever enough to understand narrative archetypes. So if you choose the hero profile, the AI gently gets nudged towards warmer colors and more open, confident poses. But flip that switch to the villain profile, and suddenly it starts using low-angle shots and harsh, high-contrast shadows to create a much more menacing vibe. It's just incredibly clever. And for all you writers and RPG players out there, this gets even deeper. The Backstory Builder can generate motivations based on classic literary conflicts. It can procedurally generate a whole family tree, and it can even integrate life events. So if your character lore says she spent a decade in the Royal Guard, the AI might just add a specific scar or piece of armor to the image, making sure the visuals line up with the story.
All right, let's bring it all home. Let's look at how all this stacks up against the big players and what it might mean for the future of creative AI.
I mean, when you put Perchance head-to-head with the competition, the advantages are just stark. Look at the cost, 100% free versus monthly subscriptions. No sign-up required, and this is critical. You have a much higher degree of control compared to the prompt-only interface of something like Midjourney or the chat style of Character.ai. But the real game changer here is speed. While a paid service like Midjourney might take a minute, maybe more, to render a single image, Perchance spits them out in like 5 to 15 seconds. That means you can generate 10 different ideas on Perchance in the time it takes the competitor to give you just one. For any creative workflow, that speed of iteration is absolutely priceless. And this all leads us to the core thesis. The source article argues that tools like Perchance represent the Linux of AI. And that's such a perfect analogy. It's not polished, it's not corporate, it's messy, it's decentralized, and it's completely driven by a community of users and creators.
And this kind of model is popping up at a time of massive subscription fatigue. You know the feeling, right? We're all just tired of paying for 15 different services every month. Modular, open tools like Perchance offer a totally different path, one that leads to true ownership and control over your own creative process.
And that's the real shift in mindset right there. On a closed corporate platform, you are a user. But with a tool like Perchance, where you can see the code, you can fork the generators, you can build your own versions, you become a maker. So I'll leave you with this question to think about. As all this technology keeps evolving, what does the future of creative AI really look like? Is it going to be open and a little bit messy like Perchance, or is it going to be polished, pristine, and locked behind a paywall? The choice, ultimately, might be up to us.